All right, what's going on YouTube? My name is Z, and I'm a certified strength and conditioning coach based here in Brooklyn, New York, and I've been training calisthenics and weights for about 9 years now. And today I want to talk to you about why your workouts need to be boring. A lot of people really try to change up their workouts, whether just for excitement or they think that's what they're supposed to be doing. Sort of like muscle confusion. I feel like muscle confusion has been debunked for some time in the fitness space, but a lot of people are still changing their workouts too fast. And the reason why this is bad and ineffective is because your body needs time to adapt to certain movements. And that's really what their progress comes from, is by doing the same repeated movements over and over. So you can actually get stronger at them, you can progressively overload them and build muscle if hypertrophy is your goal. So, you need workouts to be boring in the sense that you're doing the same thing over and over again. You can still find joy in your training and the process, and the movements themselves could be exciting, but what needs to be boring is the fact that, day after day, week after week, you're kind of following the same routine, following the same exercises after a few weeks. And I recommend at least 8 to 12 weeks, generally a mesocycle, a period of a few weeks where you're training for a goal or doing the same movements, the same programs. That's basically what a mesocycle is. Then you could change your routine. But I wouldn't change it entirely all over. No, you could do variations of the same movement, still follow the same structure, just change the variations, maybe the rep scheme, maybe you try high volume instead of high intensity, but I wouldn't change it entirely either. But the progress is really just comes from your body getting used to that movement and getting stronger at it, adding progressive overload, improving your technique, improving your mind muscle connection to it, or just improving the recovery time needed between sets. Maybe you need 3 minutes between sets of squats, then maybe you move on to only needing 2 minutes and 45 seconds between your squats. So that's another way you can progressively overload too. So excitement is good and it's needed, but a lot of people really think that excitement is just changing new workouts. Like if you go on social media every single time and you're trying a new workout from an influencer every single time you step into the gym, you're not really making progress. If that really what excites you and keeps you going to the gym, I mean, sure, you can do whatever you want with your life, but if you really want meaningful, effective progress, then you need to stick to a routine for at least a few weeks. And that's why, I say your routines need to be boring, especially when it comes to calisthenics. So you're trying to learn for a planche. You might be doing planche progressions for 2 years before you see real meaningful progress because it takes a while to build tendon strength. So you need to find joy in the process, excuse me. You need to find joy in just the fact that you're committed to bettering yourself, getting stronger. But you're going to be doing that same routine over and over to build these skills in calisthenics. Say you're trying to get better at bench press. You're going to be doing bench for years on end, and you really need to perfect your technique so that you're locked into that. You're just focused on getting stronger, you're not worried about your technique. So, a lot of things in fitness, it's really about being born. Ask any advanced lifter, anyone who's achieved the world record, a junior world record, just any sort of meaningful high strength level, whether it's in calisthenics, weightlifting, powerlifting, CrossFit, they're doing the same workouts, the same movements over and over. They would agree with me. Born is what gets you stronger. Born is what gets you bigger. Being born is good in the gym. So if you find yourself constantly changing your routine or just messing around, or you don't really have a set plan, if you don't know what you're doing a week from now, 2 weeks from now, then you really need to sit down and think to yourself, why is that? Because I can tell you exactly what I'm doing 2 weeks from now. I could tell you what my routine is going to look like 2 months from now, and I can tell you what it's going to look like at the end of the year. Because I personally plan out that far ahead. You don't need to plan out that far ahead, but you should at least know what you're doing a few weeks in advance. Of course, if injuries come up or, if your life circumstances changes, suddenly the gym closes or the machine gets broken, yes, then you change your routine, you adapt. But for the most part, you should be sticking to what you know. You should be sticking to that routine because I promise you, being born means you're going to get to that side and strength level that you're actually craving, that side and aesthetic physique that you may want, or a combination of whatever your goals may be. Born will get you there better than any flashy workouts, the most intense workout, the most trendy workouts. Born and repeated actions are what's going to make the progress for you. So let me know how you're making your routine more structured, more streamlined. Let me know in the comments down below. Reach out to me on Instagram at ZNA Calisthenics. And if you found this video helpful, feel free to like and subscribe. And thank you for watching.